So having spent my weekend watching all of season 1 and all of season 2 of the McBee Dynasty, previously shown on Peacock, now picked up by Bravo for season 2 and also a third season that's coming up, I can report that the thing that I did not want to happen happened, and now we will see how that goes. So I started watching Yellowstone in November of 2024, similar to the way I started watching Survivor in November of 2016. There are moments in your life where you just need to think about anything else, and I have found that a celebrated series with a lot of seasons and related content is the perfect way to distract myself from my new constant companion at the time, and now actually as well, which is existential dread dressed in utter disbelief. It turns out that Survivor was the perfect thing to watch while having my belief system fucking rocked. So while the events of November 2016 suggested a huge backsliding in social progress, the reality show I committed myself to, so again Survivor, suggested something else, which is that for as annoyingly slow and imperfect as progress can be, early days Survivor was a proof point for positive change. So watching season 1, 16 years after it originally aired, it was very obvious to me that it was no longer socially acceptable or tolerated for people to address Black people or women the way they did in the year 2000, which was, again, the first year that Survivor had come out. So things had changed. And one could reasonably believe at that point in the saying that the arc of the moral universe bends toward justice. So however scary and disappointing the reality was of November 2016, the hours of Survivor that I consumed said that the world was changing and that it was changing for the better. Yellowstone, however, proved to be the absolute worst thing to watch for a more devastating reckoning in November of 2024. So by the way, this paragraph is going to contain spoilers, so just be aware of that if you haven't seen Yellowstone. Yellowstone is widely watched and inexplicably lauded as quality TV. From this, I have to conclude that a lot of people think that what Yellowstone portrays is aspirational, even though what Yellowstone actually portrayed was a disdain for education, a disdain for the US legal system, a disdain for our elected officials, and they seem to have a real boner for violence meted out through guns and fists, and a cast of completely unlikable and one-dimensional characters. Also, it's worth adding, the writing was simultaneously bizarre and terrible. Some examples to back this up. So the one that will always be seared in my brain is when Rip dug up his mother's dead body to take her wedding ring off of her. Another one is when they hung the banker guy at the end of season 1, only for him to be back in season 2, first episode of season 2, like absolutely nothing happened. And then there's the whole idea that John Dutton would kill himself after 5 seasons. I think it was 5 seasons. I think the 5th season was broken into 2 parts. But after 5 seasons, where we have absolutely no reason to believe that John Dutton would ever kill himself, I didn't think that you would immediately quit watching. I would repeat the word stupid 100 times over. But instead, let me point out that people will enthusiastically, publicly say, Yellowstone, it's just so good, while also publicly distancing themselves from reality TV that they may or may not consume, but just know that it's trashy TV and just always have to say that. I watch some reality TV, I know it's trash. And that's because when we have entertainment, be it chick lit or reality TV, I happen to believe that if it mostly appeals to women, we auto-categorize it as trash, even though every guy I've ever dated and my husband also shared this belief system until they started to date me, and then boom, they were super into reality TV, because it's actually good. And the way we should think about reality TV is that it has categories, and let me tell you, Bravo is the HBO of reality TV. It's the prestige reality TV. We need to rank these things, I think. Also, I'm going to rank Yellowstone. It's both awful and shockingly popular. Basically, it's red state propaganda. And because of this, I was extremely weary about starting the McBee Dynasty. So while I assume that Bravo had co-opted the McBee Dynasty from Peacock to exploit some of the Yellowstone good old boy popularity, I have complicated feelings about participating in that. So Bravo has always been my safe space for liberal incredulousness and indignation about what this country has done. And so it's a little bit hard for me to understand or be excited about them promoting a new series about red state beliefs. We are rounding out a year of watching institutions collapse under political pressure, and it is hard for me to think that Bravo, the place that I go to escape, be fortifying its foundation with the mortar of small ideas. As a related aside, I've spent the last month avoiding my pickleball group because Tori, an enthusiastic and loquacious MAGA supporter on Facebook, has returned to town. And while I don't want to make other people uncomfortable, I also don't want to exchange niceties with someone that is unbothered by people being terrorized, kidnapped, and attacked in American cities. I sort of feel like enough is enough. I don't need to pretend like I think that's cool or okay or not say anything at pickleball when she's all over the place talking about her belief system. But then on the other hand, is distancing yourself from the other side not the problem in America? I'd actually say no, the problem with America is a gutted education system and unscrupulous politicians, but I concede that avoiding one another altogether can only lead to more hateful beliefs about our fellow citizens. I don't think that's somewhere anyone wants to be. While I regularly use the term other side because it's how I genuinely think about it, I also believe that's an irresponsible take. At the end of the day, most people in the red states share the same concerns and ambitions for their life that I do, which is that they want dignified work, they want food, they want a chance at opportunity, they want a comfortable mattress, they want a real friend or two, and a little entertainment. And as someone that is so annoyed by people that just know all reality TV is trash, and by inference, the people that consume reality TV are also trash, shouldn't I also talk to a red state person or observe them on my favorite channel before I just infer that they are trash? After an outstanding Friendsgiving, I put on elastic waisted pants, I pulled my hair back, I assumed a horizontal position on this here couch with my favorite blanket, and pressed play on the McBee Dynasty. And if you want to know what I thought of this series premiere, you can find it here.